Mr. Murray's fourth block AP Environmental Science class.
My name is Shamar Swift, and let's get straight into this lesson. Before I get into this lesson, I have to ask you one variable question. Is it possible to grow enough food to feed the world's population without destroying the land, polluting the environment, and reducing the biodiversity? I'll give you a minute to think about that. If you said yes, you're one step closer to understanding the topic about the lesson today. If you said no, this lesson needs to be very paid attention closely because we will discuss the very different ways of how you can do such a thing.
Sustainable agriculture.
The first way I would like to present today is intercropping. It's the said thing where you take one crop, corn, who is very big on nitrogen when it grows, and another crop, peas, which always is also dependent on nitrogen. You plant it in the ground together, and it comes out as one crop with two different corn and peas. Now, that's better for the environment because you're not wasting land growing unnecessary crops when you can just put two crops together. Saving land, reducing the land used in the United States. Another successful way is crop rotation. This is also like integrating crops because say you plant peas in the ground. It browns up. Now there's leftover nitrogen in the ground, in the soil. Now, most farmers just turn over the topsoil, ruining the topsoil layer, while you could just plant corn in its place, and corn would sprout up the same because of that extra leftover nitrogen from the peas, instead of turning it over while you're waiting for the season to be over. Now, the process of turning over the soil for the next season is a very, very harmful thing for the environment. Jumping us into our next practice, no-till agriculture, is the way where farmers do not turn over the soil during the seasons to protect the ground from erosion, the topsoil from erosion. They leave the roots of the plant in the ground to protect it from wind, harsh wind, water, all type of outside erosions. Another important practice is integrating pest management. Integrating pest management, or IPM, is where farmers try very hard to use little amounts of pesticides using technology and natural controls. They watch the pesticide control levels to make sure it's not harming the environment or surrounding areas, to keep farmers from using way too much pesticide and way too much harmful chemicals on the ground in the environment. Organic agriculture. It produces crops without any type of synthetic parasites or fertilizers. Organic agriculture follows several basic principles, using principles and works with natural systems rather than dominating those systems, keeping as much organic matter and as many nutrients in the soil and on the farm as possible, avoiding the use of synthetic fertilizer and synthetic parasites, maintaining the soil by increasing soil mass, biological activity, and benefiting chemical properties, and reducing the environmental effects of agriculture. There is a downside, because say you want to grow a crop like carrots, a common crop, but as you know, carrots provide a lot of weeds. But you can't put pesticides or herbicides to block out the weeds. So what some organic farmers would do is put propane around the seeds and in the soil. Yes, that's a harmful fossil fuel, but it's not as harmful as some of these pesticides and fertilizers and herbicides out here. CAFOs are the meat, that's where most of our meats come from. But not all of our meats come from CFFOs. Some of our meats come from free-range farming. Another way to obtain sustainable agriculture. Free-range farming is an example would be having a large field of grass for grazing for cattle instead of a small blocked off area where you keep all your cows. Keeping your cows in one in one area could harm the cows, get them sick, spread diseases to all of the cows. While free range, it's harder for diseases to spread when there's more room. Yes, that uses more land than CFFOs, but you have to look at the positives more than the negatives, and there's more positives than there is negatives in that situation. Well, class, I hope you enjoyed this small presentation. If you have any more questions, be sure to ask Shamar, as he will clarify with some of these. Enjoy the rest of your class and your day. Shamar, out. Integrating pest management, or IPM, is where a science, well, not it's science. Where, let me make sure I'm reading from the book.